Good afternoon. Good to see so many friends. We talk a lot about public-private partnerships. People kind of throw that term around, but I got to say, this is one heck of a public-private partnership. Between our philanthropists, our corporate partners, our school systems, our state government, just to be here today with such a diverse coalition for such an important cause to celebrate this most noble of professions is a true partnership. And Dream Teachers had that conception. I remember learning about Dream Teachers when I first came here 8 years ago, and to see this partnership grow and grow and grow over the years to a point where we can be sitting in the governor's mansion having our launch event is just tremendous. So Dream Teachers, kudos to you. Please give Dream Teachers a round. I also want to thank, in particular, Mrs. and Governor Edwards for hosting us. This is a public facility, but it is also their home. And it's not a small thing to host a couple hundred people in your home. But it's their commitment to this profession, this line of work, this mission, that draws them here as it draws us here. So please give them another round of applause. As I was saying to Mrs. Edwards, typically I look on the calendar in the end of May, I'm like, oh man, I want no part of that. Can I be somewhere else? This is a tough time of year in Baton Rouge. But I have to say, this year feels good. First, just to reiterate, it's just nice to be talking about honoring teachers with a pay increase. And the governor said to me after the last session, this is my top priority. It will continue to be my top priority. And I appreciate him so greatly. I appreciate Mrs. Edwards so greatly, and really their whole team for putting this front and center. But also, a couple of weeks ago, and then again this week, they upped the ante on not just K-12 education, but early childhood education. Which means that in the governor's budget this year, he has again stabilized and increased higher education. He has honored the work of K-12 educators, but he has also stepped up for the first time in a decade to increase the financial support for early childhood education. We still have, and I know that no one feels this more deeply than the Edwards and their team, we still have too many kids on a wait list. I know they're dedicated to changing that, but they have taken the first step in a long time in rectifying that, and I thank them deeply. And for anyone out there who thinks that an investment in education doesn't bear dividends to our society and to our families, know that the data prove you wrong. Because as the superintendents, as the principals, as the teachers, and all educators in the room know, what we announced last week about the outcomes of our system proves that an investment in our schools is, in every sense, quantifiable and otherwise, an investment in the future of our state. I was pleased to join with the Bessie members, and as Mrs. Edwards mentioned, I'm so thankful to 4 of them for being here today. I was pleased to join with them in announcing that the high school graduation rate in Louisiana has now exceeded 81%. Thanks to the good work, Eric, at places like Wassman around this state that have seen radical increases in the education levels of their students. We now educate an all-time high. 5,000 more kids graduated from high school last year than in 2012. But adding to that, it's not just there. Places like Wassman are not stopping at 5,000 graduating. They're moving to 5,000 more kids this year than that year got an industry-based credential and a college credit. 5,000 more kids earned TOPS. And this week we announced that 5,000 more kids in the class of 2018 than in the class of 2013 signed up and went to college last year. These changes, our investment in teachers, our investment in principals, our investment in our K-12 schools, are changing the future of kids, changing the future of families, changing the future of communities, changing the future of an entire state. And don't let anybody ever tell you that a dollar spent in our schools is a dollar wasted. It is much more than that. It's a dollar invested. So thank you to those of you who support that mission. Now on to why we're really here. To honor our leaders, to honor our educators. And I have the great benefit of inviting up to join me Dr. Eric Adams. Thank you. David. The 2019. State Principal of the Year. I've had a chance to get to know him a little bit over the course of the year. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more work with him in future years. But I need to tell you that you embody everything about what it is to be a warrior in the fight for social justice, for civil rights, and for a brighter future for our kids. Even if you were never State Principal of the Year, Louisiana owes you, just for being who you are, a debt of gratitude. And please give Dr. Adams another round of applause. We're going to announce the finalists for State Principal of the Year. When they come up, we're going to give them a certificate, and to make sure that things are as expedient as possible, they are then going to go over to the rotunda where we will take a picture as a group subsequently, and then we will see you all this summer. So without further ado, the 2019 finalists for State Principal of the Year are: from Allen Parish, Oakdale High School, Mr. Brad Swallow. From Ascension Parish, Dutchtown High School, Mrs. Carly Francois. From Beauregard Parish, from South Beauregard Elementary, Mr. Stephen Schultz. From Bossier Parish, from W.T. Lewis Elementary School, Mrs. Lisa Burns. From City of Monroe. It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly. Neville High School, Dr. Christella Dawson. From Livingston Parish. Always good to see Livingston, given everything that they've taken on over the last couple of years. From Livingston Parish, Juban Park Junior High School, Mr. Greg Hayden. From Washita Parish, from Washita Junior High School, Mr. Charles Wright. From Orleans Parish, from Kip East Community School, Mrs. Jennifer Dennis Carey. From St. Charles Parish, from Albert Cammon Middle School, Mrs. Tamika Sorapuru Green. Please give the 2019 Principal of the Year finalists another round of applause. And now, let me reintroduce the next speakers who will be introducing the 2019 Teacher Finalists of the Year, First Lady Donna Edwards, and 2019 Teacher of the Year, 18, 19. Mr. Spencer Keimer.
I need a drum roll or something. There you go. All right, here we go. Calcasieu Parish, Miss Lacey Blocker, Maplewood Middle School. Claiborne Parish, Miss Amanda Crane, Homer Elementary School. The governor was there this weekend. He's like, I'm in Homer. Congratulations. Evangeline Parish, Miss Lisa Celestine Jack, Vidrine Elementary School. Grant Parish, Miss Jessica Borland, South Grant Elementary School. Lafourche Parish, Miss Brittany Lejean, Thibodeau High School. I visited Thibodeau last week. Great school. Lake Charles Charter Academy Foundation, Miss Annie Smith, Lake Charles Charter Academy. Orleans Parish, Miss Jessica Bro, Edward Haynes Charter School. Richland Parish, Miss Emily Ogden, Rayville High School. And last on the list, sorry. St. Bernard Parish, Mr. Christopher Mark Deere, Chalmette High School. I went to school with a lot of Chalmatians. They're amazing. So wonderful, wonderful. Thank y'all so much.